Today's Namaste Yoga is a beginner's yoga class on discipline. Hi, I'm Dr. Melissa West, and welcome to Namaste Yoga. We are doing number 275 today, and it is going to be the last beginner's class for a while because thank you to all of you who filled out our survey. We know what you would like next in our Namaste Yoga series. It was pretty close between the Saraswati series and the Inner Critic series, but the Inner Critic series did win out, so we'll be doing that one next. And I was actually putting together the overall arc of the series right before we came out and planning out the first class. We're going to be in Tofino next week, so we're actually probably going to film before we go to Tofino, and we'll be doing some filming for the members in Tofino. And we won't be there for long, so there's only so much filming we can do there. We want to have some time to chill out and relax and do nothing there as well. Well, not do, well, Tim and I will be there, well.
Surfing.
Yes, exactly. My daughter likes to surf, and I like to spend time in the rainforest when I'm there. It's gorgeous there, and the beaches there are just beautiful. So that's what we will be doing next week. We will probably film for you before we go because it rains a lot in Tofino. So just to make sure we get Namaste Yoga out next week, that's what we will be doing. We have, let me get back on track here. That was a little bit of a ramble. Thank you for Squeezed Yoga Clothing for my Squeezed. I have a brand new bamboo top. There are three new bamboo tops, and I'm wearing one of them today. I'm wearing the teal Yoga Makes Everything Better one, and I just thought I'd wear that one for the last beginner's class for a while because I know a lot of you have been telling me how much better yoga is making your life. For those of you who have taken up yoga over this last, I think we did 8 beginner classes. So over this last couple of months, since we've been doing these beginner classes, I know you've all felt a vast improvement in your lives taking up yoga as beginners. And I'm wearing the long black leggings, which I love. And then thanks to Dusky Leaf for our props. Today, I think you are going to need, let me see what you're going to need, a yoga block, a blanket, a chair, or a bolster if you have those things. And a big thanks to both Squeezed and Dusky Leaf who are supporting my webinars they are giving away free prizes on my webinars. So if you would like to be informed about those, then make sure you are on my mailing list because it's a great way to win, really high quality clothes. I just love my Squeeze clothes, and my props, the products are just amazing. Very high quality too, so great way to win those things. Okay, so I have a testimonial from Belgium today via SpeakPipe.
Good morning, Melissa. I discovered you nearly a week ago. I have done my yoga with you for beginners every day, and the most important thing I wanted to say is that you make me giggle every day, and I start my day with a smile thanks to you. Keep up the good work. Greetings from Belgium, and bye for now.
Thank you so much for your wonderful testimonial. I'm so glad that we laugh and do yoga together, and I really appreciate everybody who takes the time to leave their comments, either via SpeakPipe, which is a really fun way to get them, or on Facebook or YouTube or on my website, and especially to all our members where we have great conversations all week long about your practice. Okay, let me give you a preview of what to expect in today's class. And I am having problems with my Kindle. Again, it's time to buy another used one, I think, because the connection between my computer and my Kindle is just not happening anymore. So, although I thought I had transferred the class to my Kindle, it just didn't happen. And before we start too, because you are a beginner, make sure you go to your doctor before you start practicing yoga and talk to them about any illnesses or injuries that you might have, and find out from your doctor, are there any movements that I cannot do? And if so, what are they? And make sure you know what those are before you come to any movement kind of class. And also, are there any movements that will make my illness or injury better, and find out what those are so that you know how to take care of yourself when you come to an exercise class. Okay, so I'm going to try and read my notes on, thank God for technology, on Tim's iPhone. So I will give you a preview of the whole class, and then we will do it together. So you don't have to worry. I will give you step-by-step slow instructions, but I'm just going to show you everything first so you can decide whether it's a good idea for you to do this class. So we're going to start with dead bug pose. We're just going to shake it out here. And then from here, we're going to do an ab curl. So you're going to we'll do this slowly with breath. And then from here, we're going to do some side plank, so you'll have your arms straight up here. And then we're going to do boat pose. So that's going to look like this. This is not going to be for everybody. I will tell you contraindications when we do them. Then we're going to come up to standing. Okay, so we're going to do revolved chair pose. So you come up like this, and you'll come here like this. And then we're going to do breath of joy. So it's like this, 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 and exhale. And after breath of joy, we're going to come back down. And we're going to do cobra pose. And then after cobra, we're going to do seated twist. So it's going to look like this. And then after that, we're going to do, you ready for this? Lion's breath. And then we'll be done, and we'll finish. I don't think I showed that we started with guided relaxation, but we'll start with guided relaxation and we'll finish with guided relaxation. And it's nice and warm in here with the sun. So I'm going to take off my coat, which will be nice to start. There's some seals, a seal behind me. So let me tell you how to lie down to begin. So you're going to lie down, tuck your shoulder blades underneath you so that you're more open across the front of your chest. Turn your palms up beside you. If you have any low back issues, it's a good idea to bend your knees and place your feet flat on the floor. So you're going to press into your feet and then lengthen out through your tailbone and lower your pelvis down again. And as I said, if you have any low back issues, you'll keep your knees bent and your feet flat on the floor, or you can put a rolled up blanket or a bolster underneath your knees if you have one. If you're pregnant in your second and third trimester, you're going to lie on your left side. If you don't have any back issues, you can lengthen your legs out long. And you're going to lie here while I sit up and lead you through a guided relaxation here. And that's just to transition you from the busyness of your day-to-day life to the not so busyness of your yoga class. As you rest back here, take a deep breath in through your nose and let it fall out of your mouth. And you can take as many breaths like that as you need. to land here now. And then begin to focus on your breath in your belly. And in your belly, you're going to visualize a fire. So in the energetic system of the chakras, which will come maybe later in your learning as a yogi, at the level of your solar plexus, just above your navel, is the third chakra. And this chakra is related to the element of fire. So in terms of what we're going to be talking about today, in terms of discipline, it's that transformative quality of fire, of the element fire. So just imagine a fire in your belly. And if it's difficult for you to visualize fire, don't stress out about it or worry about it too much. Visualization is a muscle or a tool. It's similar to if you were going to be weight training and working your biceps. It's something that you can become stronger, just like your bicep could become stronger by weightlifting. So just imagine and trust that over time your visualization would increase is good enough for now. So you're breathing into your belly and you're visualizing a fire in your belly. And we're going to do lots of things in our class today to stoke that fire anyway. So maybe even at the end of the class, we'll check in and see if that fire feels a little more present as well. Okay, so from here, you're going to stay lying on your back. And you're going to take your arms and legs in the air. And if you have any low back issues, just keep your knees with a bend in them. And to overcome inertia, so this class is going to be all about developing commitment and motivation, and in order to do that, you have to overcome inertia. So to overcome inertia, it's almost like this is dead bug pose. So when a bug gets caught on their back, what do they have to do? They have to kind of scramble to get out of it. So we're going to wiggle your arms and legs, shake your arms and legs, and that's to overcome that inertia. And you can feel into that area where you were visualizing the fire. You can feel that stokes the fire too. So that's exactly what we're doing. If you're stuck on the couch, you have to move. And that's the hardest part about discipline, is overcoming the inertia. So we're stoking the fire right now. Great. And then you can release that down, and you can feel the heat that's been generated in your body. And just pause here for a moment and feel the energy in your body, and feel that kind of, almost like the train going up the hill, ready. It's got that power behind it now. So you're going to roll to your side and come up onto your left elbow and bend your legs behind you in a straight line. So you've got your left elbow directly underneath your left shoulder, and then your body's in a straight line with your knees bent behind you. You're going to pull your shoulder back And then you're going to lift your torso up and away from you. So if you have any shoulder injuries or elbow injuries, then this probably isn't going to be the pose for you. And actually skipped a pose. We'll come back to it. We'll come back to our backs. You could lie on your back and do an ab curl instead. So you're going to pull your rib cage away from you until your hips come up off the ground and reach your arm. And you're going to imagine my arm is straight up in the air. And then slowly lower down, you're going to come over onto the other side. And you're going to line your body up in a straight line. Come onto your right elbow. Pull your shoulder back. Bend your knees back. And then you're going to lift your rib cage away. Lift your hips off the ground. And hold up. And then you're going to slowly lower back down. And you're going to lie on your back. Go back to our backs. Lie on your back with your knees bent and your feet flat on the floor. And actually, what I'm going to do, if you don't have any low back issues, I want you to do this with your legs long. And the reason for this is that it keeps your pubic bone and your hip bones level, and it means that you actually do this with your abs rather than your hip flexors. Okay, if you have low back issues, then you're going to bend your knees, but you're going to have to be extra diligent to not curl your pubic bone up towards your face. Okay, that's going to be on you, because I want you to make sure this is coming from your abs. Okay, so you're going to take your hands behind your head. And you're going to draw your elbows in slightly, and then you're going to take a deep breath in. You're going to exhale, and you're going to draw your rib cage down so that your shoulder blades come up off the ground. Somebody was asking me for a beginner's Pilates class. So there you go. You're getting your beginner's Pilates right here. You're going to breathe into your side ribs. And you're going to exhale. You're going to draw your navel down to your spine. And we're going to breathe here again. Breathe into your side ribs and your back. Exhale, draw your navel down to your spine. Breathe into your side ribs and your back. Breathe out, draw your navel to your spine. One more breath here into your side ribs and your back. Breathe out and draw your navel down to your spine. And then roll down through your spine. Take your hands down by the side of your body and just check in again and just notice if you feel more heat or more energy in and around your solar plexus area, in and around just above your navel. See if you feel like you've got a little bit more get up and go happening in your body. Okay. Then from here, you're going to roll to your side again. And you're going to come up, and I'm going to look at my teeny tiny notes. Okay, we are going to do boat pose now. We're going to do modified boat pose. So if you have herniated discs, any disc issues, then what I would like you to do is go back down onto the ground and do that ab curl that we just did again instead. So you're going to sit with your knees bent and your feet flat on the floor. Take your hands behind your legs and lift up through your spine so you're nice and tall. And you're going to take your arms straight out in front of you. You're going to inhale here. And then you're going to exhale. You're going to lean back until you feel your core working. Okay, so you're going to feel your abdominals working. You're going to breathe in. And you're going to breathe out. So So can you feel that we're stoking your fire today? Inhale and exhale. Stay long through the back of your neck. Your gaze is going to be upwards here, okay? Because your neck needs to stay in line with your torso. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more. Inhale. And exhale. And then you're going to come up. You take your hands to either side of your torso and just sway your knees from side to side to release your hip flexors. Is this not the most beautiful backdrop? We live in the most beautiful place. We're very lucky. Our wonderful landlord got us permission to be able to film here. He really likes what we do, so yeah, it's a beautiful spot. So we're very thankful to Mike for. Yeah, we filmed over on a beach, and then he said, "Well, I can get you permission to film right on this spot," which is really nice because it's very groomed. It's very nice. Okay, so now you're going to come to a seated position, and you can sit in a chair. You can sit cross-legged. Oh my gosh, that is the biggest worm. What did I just said something about it being very groomed here. Okay. It's just alarmed. No, I'm not going to pick it up and show you, sorry. But it's like this long. Okay. Ooh, he gets longer. You're going to sit comfortably to receive the teachings for today. Sit with your ears back over your shoulders and connect to that sense of strength that you've created here in your core. Take a deep breath in. Let it fall out of your mouth. Feel your breath in your belly. Visualize that fire that we visualized at the beginning and allow yourself to receive the teachings for today. When we asked beginners what their biggest obstacle to learning yoga, many of them responded discipline, motivation, and commitment to practice yoga. So today's class is all about connecting to your internal discipline. In yoga, we call this tapas. Tapas translates as practice causing positive change. And you've already experienced this so far in the class. So feel into your body, feel the positive change you've created because of your discipline so far. So, and as you've experienced, it requires discipline and effort. It is the transformative power of fire. Through the practice of tapas, your discipline will enhance your inner awareness, and this awareness will give you freedom. What many of you may have noticed, however, is the first step is overcoming your own inertia. So that's why we started with that dead bug pose, overcoming our inertia, and breaking old patterns. In physics, an object at rest is known to stay at rest unless it is acted upon by some external force. So we were able to do the dead bug pose and act upon ourselves in a way to get ourselves moving. The hardest part is getting started, but once we get started, it takes much less effort and will. And so many people that I heard from in our survey said that to me, that once they got to their mats, they're able to go for a long time. It's just getting to their mats that's usually a problem. The good news is we only need a small spark of enthusiasm to ignite our power and will to light the fires of transformation. So it really begins with asking yourself why. Why am I practicing yoga? What do I hope to receive from my practice? Getting clear on your higher purpose and reason for practicing yoga makes it much easier to activate your own power. So that's why we set our intention at the beginning of each yoga practice. It continually reconnects us with our why. So take a moment now to connect with your why. Ask yourself why you're here. What is it that you want to receive from your practice today? What is it that you're trying to create, sustain, release, or renew in your life right now? And how can your yoga practice help you do that? The yoga postures that I've chosen today will also ignite your internal fires of transformation and connect you with your strength and will to get into action. They will activate your energy and give you the power to move into action when you find that challenging. So once you've set your intention, you can start to wiggle and stretch out from your seated position, whether you be sitting in a chair or on a cushion or a folded blanket. And we're going to make our way up to standing. And if you have a block, that would be great. You can bring a block with you. We'll use that. From standing, we're going to do chair pose. So you need your feet hip bone width apart. So you need to find your iliac crest at the top of your hips. And you can place your block between your legs. And the great thing about that is it keeps your hips, knees, and ankles in good alignment. That's why I like to use a block here. And then what you're going to do is sit back. And you're going to sit down as though you're sitting back into a little itty bitty kindergarten chair. So they're very low. And you want to keep your weight back into your heels. So you're going to keep your toes really light. And you can even lift your toes through this. So you're going to inhale here, exhale, sit back. And then to continually stoke those fires of discipline, the tapas, that get up and go, we're going to turn this into a twist. So I'll give you a couple of options for this. One would be to take your left arm to the outside of your right knee. That's one option. Or you can bring your hands into prayer position and take your left elbow to the outside of your right knee. So whatever works best for you in your body today. And then you're going to inhale and come back up to standing. Take a breather here. And feel into that area of your fire, of your third chakra. And then we're going to do this on the other side. So you're going to breathe in. Breathe out, sit back into your heels, sit down nice and low. And then I'll give you two options. So one is to take your right hand to the outside of your left knee. And that's a great twist there. The other is to take your right elbow to the outside of your left knee with your palms in prayer position. So whatever works best for you and your body. And then you're going to come back to center and come back up to standing. You can let that block go. And the next posture we're going to do is not breath of fire. We're going to do breath of joy. And breath of joy I've chosen because, again, it's that one that's going to just propel you into action. It's going to overcome that inertia and it's going to create heat in your body and really get you going. So this one, if you have any eye issues like glaucoma or a detached retina, that's not going to be a good idea to do this one. Also, if you have any blood pressure issues, the up and down of this one, it's not going to be a good idea for you to do this one either. So those are contraindications for this pose. So the way it works is you inhale, you take your arms out in front, then you inhale a little bit more, you take your arms out to the side, then you inhale all the way, you take your arms overhead, and then you exhale, you bend your knees and you fold forward. So that goes more quickly. It's front, side, overhead, and exhale. Front, side, overhead, exhale. Do one more. Stay down for a moment. Allow your blood pressure to equalize here. Feel your feet on the ground. And then you're going to come up really slowly, really, really slowly. Okay. And then from here, we're going to come down so that you lie on your stomach. You're going to be on your stomach here. So lying down on your stomach. This one you won't be able to do if you're pregnant. So what can you do instead? You could do this standing up instead. Okay, you could do a standing back bend instead. So you're going to lie on your stomach with your hands underneath your shoulders. Your elbows tucked into your side. You're going to press the front of your pelvis into the ground so your sit bones are reaching down towards your ankles. And then you're going to inhale. You're going to lift your chest up off the ground. Keep your back long. So this is Bhujangasana, Cobra pose. If your shoulders relax down and away from your ears, keep the back bend in your back so your back bend doesn't happen in your neck. So keep your chin tucked. And then you can slowly lower down. And just pause there for a moment. And wiggle your hips from side to side. We've been having this conversation on the membership site all week long about what Jenny's mom says here. She would say, get your wiggle on. So get your wiggle on here. And then you're going to push up onto all fours and bring your knees up towards you. And make space for your body, make space for your belly. And sit back on your heels and stretch out your low back. And if this doesn't work for your knees and your ankles, depending on your body, you can always lie on your back and draw your knees towards your chest. And if you do have knee injuries, make sure to hold on behind your knees on your hamstrings there. So both of your arms are forward in this pose. I have a shoulder injury that prevents me from extending my left arm right now. Okay, and then roll up through your spine. There you are. Okay, so we're going to sit now with your legs straight out in front of you. And we're going to do a twist, and the twists are great for igniting that fire. So the way this twist is going to work is you're going to, I'm trying to decide which way to show you first. I think I'll do left leg bent, and you're going to cross your left leg over your right leg. Okay, so do it. You can bring your foot in whatever distance is comfortable for your body, okay? So play around with that, the distance your foot comes towards your torso. Okay, depending on your flexibility is where you're going to place it. Now the twist is a closed twist, but you need to modify this for your body. So if you're pregnant, for example, you're going to do an open twist. Or if you are pleasantly plump and it's more challenging for you to do a closed twist, then do an open twist. Okay? So otherwise, you're going to wrap your right arm around your left leg and turn towards your left leg. So do what works best for you and your body. The other option here is if your belly is feeling in the way here, is you can just lift in and move it out of the way as well. So lots of options with the twists. And making space with your body. And keep your eyes out behind me for the otter that was just there feeding on the rock. And then come back to center and uncross your leg. And then we'll do the other side. So slide your right leg in and cross your right leg over. And again, play around with whatever position is most comfortable for you. It can be all the way down by your ankle if you want. And so there's no better best, right? Just what's right for you and your body. And then decide whether you're going to do the open twist with your right arm to the outside of your left leg, or if you're going to wrap your left arm around your right leg, move your flesh out of the way. So see what works best for you and your body today. Then come back to the center, and we're going to do our lion's breath. So lion's breath is normally done kneeling, and if you have any knee issues or ankle issues that prevent you from kneeling like this, you can always do it sitting in a chair. You could even do it standing up. So choose a position that's going to work for you in your body. And you can also kneel on a block too. So that can also ease a little bit, makes it a little easier. So prop yourself so that it works for you. We're going to start by spreading your lion's claws. So spread your fingers nice and wide. That's nice because our hands, if you're using things like cell phones and stuff, they tend to get really restricted. Spread your lion's claws nice and wide. When we do the lion's roar, you want to really spread your claws wide on your knees. And then you're going to stick your tongue out down to your chin. You're going to turn your eyes up to the center of your forehead. And you're going to roar like a lion. And this is to really gather up your power. Like the lions are the king of the jungle. So that's what you want to do. So you're going to inhale here. And nobody's watching you. So don't worry about what anybody thinks. Do you think the lion walks around the jungle worrying about what people think about him? No. So that's the kind of attitude you got to go into this with. Here we go. Inhale. Let's do a couple more. And one more. And that was lion's breath, and that will get your power going so that you can be motivated and disciplined. You do a few of those in the morning and you'll be committed and ready to do your yoga practice. Okay, so you can go ahead and lie down on your back for Shavasana to receive your practice. So this is the most important part of your practice, to allow yourself to receive it all, to integrate it all, to let your body, mind, spirit, emotions receive it all. So like the beginning, tuck your shoulder blades underneath you. If your low back is bothering you, have your knees bent and your feet flat on the floor. If your chin's higher than your forehead, place a small pillow underneath your head. If there are no issues in your low back, then you can have your legs long. If you're in the second or third trimester of your pregnancy, then you're going to lie on your side. And just allow yourself to rest and receive your practice. I'm going to sit up and read you a poem. This poem is called The Open Door by Donna Faulds, and I chose it because to me it spoke about the overcoming inertia and getting into action. A door opens. Maybe I've been standing here shuffling my weight from foot to foot for decades. Or maybe I knocked only once. In truth, it doesn't matter. A door opens and I walk through without a backward glance. This is it then, one moment of truth in a lifetime of truth. A choice made, a path taken, the gravitational pull of spirit too compelling to ignore any longer. I am received by something far too vast to see. It has roots in antiquity, but speaks clearly in the present tense. Be the vastness, it says. Be without adverbs, descriptors, or qualities. Be so alive that awareness bears itself uncloaked and unadorned. Then go forth and give what you alone can give. Awake to love and suffering, unburdened by the weight of expectations. Go forth to see and be seen, blossoming, always blossoming into your magnificence. So reflect back on this class, on discipline, on getting motivated and committed to your yoga practice. And notice what stands out to you. What seems most important? What's one small thing you're going to take with you off your yoga mat and into your life? And gradually allow yourself to wiggle and stretch out. Let your breath deepen. And then slowly roll to your right side. And pause there for a moment. And then slowly make your way up to seated. Thank you so much for joining me for episode 275 of Namaste Yoga, this beginner's class. If you like this beginner's class, then I think we have 30 beginners classes now. So that's exciting. And I'll link to the playlist of all the beginners classes in our show notes. If you are a yoga teacher and you are finding value in these classes, then I know that teacher training costs thousands of dollars and workshops can cost anywhere from $50 to hundreds of dollars, and even books can cost anywhere from $10 on a Kindle upwards to $50 for manuals. And so if you find you're receiving value from these classes, then we would love your donations, because I know I receive emails every day from teachers who say that they are inspired by these classes for their teachings, that they take these teachings directly into their classes and reteach them to their students. And so if you're receiving values from these teachings as a teacher, then you can make a donation. Tim has a donation link right on the screen now that you can make a donation, and you can show your appreciation of the value you're receiving to myself for the teachings, and to Tim for all the work that he does to make these teachings available to you. And if a monetary donation isn't possible, then you can always show your value by liking these videos, by subscribing to our channel, and by leaving a comment. And today's question that I have for you to leave in the comments are: why do you choose to practice yoga? What is the thing that motivates you to get on your yoga mat? So leave that in the comments below, and that is a great way that you can bring value to this. Another way that you can support us is by becoming a member. We'd love to have you as a member of our membership site, where we bring you even more value-added content, and where we can support you in your personal practice, and you can become a part of a community of like-minded yogis from all around the world. I'm sending you much love from beautiful British Columbia. May your joy be as deep as our Pacific Ocean, the Straits of Juan de Fuca behind us. May you be as strong as our mountains, and may you be as rooted as the trees in our forests. Om Shanti, Namaste.
Melissa would love to hear your questions and thoughts. Please leave your comments below the video. Thank you for your reviews on iTunes and YouTube. Your reviews help us to share yoga and a yoga lifestyle with others around the world. If you have a question for Melissa, you can leave a voice message at melissawest.com, and Melissa may answer it in an upcoming blog.